Hey guys, Fox here with a video on how to improve your dynamic decision making and how to use that to get more advantages and obviously to therefore win more games. Now League of Legends is a game which is made up of lots of small decisions, and the better decisions you make, the better you will do in those games. And the decisions that you are making will be drawn from the different pieces of information that you've gathered. Now there are two different types of info that you will be hoarding, and that is your assumed information, which is quite simply the information which you can assume will be happening, and then there is the proven info, or like the real info, which is the stuff that you know for fact is happening. And obviously the latter of those two is a far more reliable source, and therefore if you're making decisions off of that kind of info, then those decisions will most likely be better than making a decision based off of assumed information. It's quite like the same in real life as well. This isn't just direct to League. You're always making decisions based off of different pieces of information. So say if it looks sunny outside, then you might think, oh, I fancy going to the beach today. Or if it looks like it's going to piss it down, then you'll think that you might want to bring in the washing. All that kind of stuff. Now, how you adapt your decision making, or like I said at the beginning of the video, dynamic decision making, based off of the information that you have gathered and how the information changes, really will help you to get better at League of Legends. So I just wanted to use this clip here to kind of demonstrate this point and see how dynamic decision making is used in a good context. And this is a diamond rank game that I played a little while back, and right off the start I was just doing a level 3 clear, which is a pretty standard thing. You do a buff, a minicamp, and then a buff. And as soon as you do that clear, you're faced with a choice, like a decision. You have to make a decision. You know, the two big decisions are, do I keep farming or do I go gank or do some PvP kind of stuff? Now I've decided that because I am Kha'Zix, who's pretty strong early on, I may as well go do some ganking. And now that I have made the decision that I want to go and gank, I have to kind of think, well, what do I want to do? Do I want to, you know, where do I go basically? Do I go top lane? Do I go mid lane? Do I invade? Do I counter gank? What do I do? Now looking at the map, there's no point going mid. I'm not going to be able to gank Zed there, and Orianna is safe because she's got a ward, so I don't need to really worry about her. Looking top lane, I can't gank Aurelia, she's pushed too. However, this Zac isn't necessarily as safe because even though he does have it warded, it's a long lane and he could get jumped on, and Vi could come out of nowhere. So I'm using assumed pieces of information as to where Vi is. Right now I'm thinking, I'm going to go and counter gank top lane because I assume that Vi has started at her blue buff, done a minicamp, and then done red buff. Very similar. She's mirrored my path basically. So I assume that that's what she's done, and so I'm looking at it from her point of view. Where would she be going? Where would she want to go? And Zac is the perfect place for her to be ganking. It's pretty easy to gank for an Aurelia because she has a nice CC. Zac is massively overextended, and top is quite a long lane, so it's easy to chase someone down to get a kill. So I assume Vi is going to go top, so I go to counter gank here. I try to go through the lane to set up a counter gank so that when she comes, I pop out the bush, surprise, we kill her, all that lovely business. However, she shows on this mid lane ward here, so my assumed information about Vi wasn't necessarily correct, and now, however, I have gained a piece of proven or real information because of this ward. I know what she is at mid lane here. So she shows there for a very split second, but I see it because I'm paying attention to the mini-map, which is something you always should be doing, especially on jungling. And so I have to change my decision now. There's no point me counter ganking top lane because I know that she's not coming up right away. I'll be sitting there for a while if I do go for a counter gank. Or now that I know where she is, I can make a better decision. Counter ganking is still an option because Vi is still most likely going for the Zac because he's still quite juicy, but I can make an even better decision now. So the decision I decide to make is I decide to go and sit in this tri-bush here in top lane. Now there are a lot of benefits for doing this right away. First off is that this makes it very safe for Zac now. He can play very aggressively, he can do whatever he wants, because not only am I serving as a human ward, or a bug ward I suppose, I can actually stop Vi from getting to Zac. There's no way Vi can get to him, he's safe. So he can do as much as he wants, and also if Vi face checks me, which is what I assume she's going to do, I'm making another piece of assumed information based off of an actual real piece of information, i.e. the fact that she showed on her the mid lane ward. If Vi face checks me, I can take her down, I can kill her, or at least, at the very, very least, blow her summoner. because Kha'Zix is just so strong early on in the game. So when she does face check me, if you see here, it takes her a few seconds before she even responds to me, before she even realizes. Now, this is actually very, very common. Like I said, this is a diamond rank game. People are not paying attention. This is like the beauty of having someone face check you, is that most of the time they're not looking at where they are as a character, they're looking at where their destination is. Like, she was probably watching top to see when a good time to go and gank that Zac would be. She's not looking at herself. So I get a few free hits in before she even starts reacting. Now, if this happens in Diamond, imagine how it would happen down at the lower leagues, like Bronze, Silver, Gold, wherever. I mean, it happens all the time. Human error happens a lot in this game, and you have to accommodate for that. And like I say, I may not have been able to kill her if she did immediately react, although I still possibly could have killed her if I had been able to chase her with summoners, but I definitely would have blown her flash. So this really, I kind of want to wrap the video up a little bit here, but this video was just my, you know, like I say, dynamic decision making. I was looking at what I thought would be a good idea. I was trying to think from Vi's point of view, you know, where would she be going, what would be a good place for her to go, and by making it work, I managed to get off a counter, or I managed to trap her. I take her double buffs, I kill her early on, and that really sets her far behind, and so now my lanes are free from early pressure from Vi. So I want to wrap this video up here now, guys. So thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, feel free to give it a like, and you can leave a comment discussing this topic or ask some questions and stuff. If you really liked it, then you can subscribe to me, where I put out more educational League of Legends content with a bit of entertaining stuff on the side as well. You can find me on my Facebook, on my Twitter, and you can catch me streaming on Twitch as well. All those links will be in the description. But thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in my next video.